Ready to switch gears and transfer your H1B visa to a new employer? It might seem tricky, but with the right game plan and a bit of prep, you can make it a breeze. This guide will take you through the H1B visa transfer journey, covering timelines, costs, processing times, and what to do if you face a layoff. Let's dive into the H1B visa transfer process. The H1B visa transfer is your ticket to switching employers in the US without packing your bags. Thanks to the American Competitiveness in the 21st Century Act, this process, also known as H1B portability, is a breeze. You can start your new job as soon as the petition is filed, as long as you meet the requirements. Exciting, right? Let's kick off the H1B transfer process. Step 1. Land that awesome job offer from a US employer ready to sponsor your H1B visa. Exciting, right? Next up, the Labor Condition Application, LCA. Your new employer will file this with the US Department of Labor. This ensures you'll be paid the going rate for your job in the area. Fair wages for fair work. Then, it's time for Form Y-129. Once the LCA gets the green light, your employer will file this petition with US Citizenship and Immigration Services. This is the big one. Transferring your H1B visa from your old employer to your new one. Almost there. H1B visa transfer timeline. Buckle up. The timeline for an H1B visa transfer can be a bit of a roller coaster. Regular processing usually takes between 1 and 5 months. But if you're in a hurry, premium processing can speed things up to just 15 to 30 days. Let's break it down step by step. First up, job offer and acceptance. This part can take anywhere from a few weeks to a few months, depending on how your job search and interviews go. Next, LCA approval. This typically takes about 7 to 10 days. Not too bad, right? Then, it's time to file Form Y-129. Once the LCA is approved, your employer can get this form filed. The processing time for this can vary depending on whether you go for regular or premium processing. Choose wisely. Let's talk about the H1B visa transfer cost. So, what does it cost to transfer an H1B? Well, there are a few fees involved, and guess what? Your sponsoring employer usually picks up the tab. These can include the base filing fee, which is $460 for Form Y-129. Then there's the ACWIA fee, $750 if your employer has 1 to 25 full-time employees, or $1,500 if they have 26 or more. Next up, the fraud prevention and detection fee, which is $500. And don't forget the Public Law 114-113 fee, $4,000 for employers with 50 or more employees, where more than 50% are in H1B or L1 status. Finally, if you need it done fast, there's the premium processing fee, $2,805 for expedited processing. So you've been laid off while on an H1B visa, huh? Don't panic. You've got a 60-day grace period to find a new employer to sponsor your visa. Think of it as a mini job hunting adventure. During this time, you can stay in the US, but you can't work until your new employer files an H1B transfer petition. Here are some key points to keep in mind. Job search. Jumpstart your job search right away to boost your chances of landing a new gig within the 60-day window. Negotiating severance. If you can, negotiate a severance package to keep your finances steady while you hunt for that next opportunity. Legal assistance. Chatting with an immigration attorney can give you the clarity you need and help make the transfer process a breeze. Ready to get that H-1B transfer rolling? Let's dive into the must-have documents. To kick off the H-1B transfer, you'll need these key items. First up, your current visa status. Make sure you have a valid passport, visa, or I-94 record. Next, your educational documents. Dust off those transcripts and diploma. Work experience. Gather evidence of your relevant work experience. Employment contract. Don't forget the signed employment contract with your new employer. And finally, previous H-1B approvals. Have copies of your prior H-1B approval notices handy. Let's dive into potential challenges and best practices. Navigating the H-1B visa transfer process can be a bit of a roller coaster, but with some savvy prep, you can dodge those bumps in the road. Here are some top tips to keep you on track. Stay informed. Keep your finger on the pulse of the latest immigration laws and procedures. Legal assistance. Bring in a pro. An experienced immigration attorney can be your guiding star. Timely documentation. Make sure all your paperwork is spot on, complete, and hits the deadline. Effective communication. Keep those communication channels wide open with your new employer and legal counsel to tackle any hiccups head-on. The H-1B visa transfer process can be a bit of a puzzle, but with the right pieces in place, it's a breeze. By following the steps in this guide and getting help from the pros when needed, you and your employer can tackle this challenge like champs and boost your chances of a smooth H-1B visa transfer. For more tips and tricks, head over to h1bvisahub.com or reach out to top-notch immigration attorneys in the US.